Hey guys, so in today's video, I wanted to talk about how my chronic pain affects my daily life. And for those of you who don't know, I previously worked as a CNA for a number of years, and I injured my back working as a CNA. However, that is not the only issue that I have with my back. My chronic pain mostly comes from my back and my hip. Um, I do have a pseudoarthrosis, which is basically a growth. Which connects my vertebrae to my sacrum. And so it's not supposed to be there and it fused together for whatever reason. And so I'm currently in the process of trying to get treatment for that. However, I have chronic pain like every day. And I have muscle relaxers that I can take that helps that somewhat. But I'm going to talk to my PCP next week when I see him about potentially getting put on something for my pain other than just the muscle relaxers, because it's not just muscular pain. It is, bone pain, which is much different. And I don't know if there's anything that he can give me that will help that. But if there is something that he can suggest, then I'm definitely willing to try. So, how my chronic pain affects my daily life, it affects it in a lot of different ways. So, there are days where it hurts just to sit up in the morning, it hurts just to get out of bed, it hurts to roll over in bed. Everything hurts. And so, I've been dealing with this for multiple years, and I feel like I've learned how to deal with it. My pain tolerance has been pretty high since dealing with all of this chronic pain, but I try to just live my life in a quote unquote normal way because there's really nothing that I can do about it at this point in time unless I have pain medication or unless I get neurosurgery, spinal surgery, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that there's any possible way that I can deal with my chronic pain currently. And honestly, even if I was to have pain medication and or spinal surgery, there's never a 100% guarantee that your pain is going to go away. Because I could have spinal surgery today and tomorrow have pain in a different way. There's no guarantee when it comes to surgery that that will alleviate your pain either. So there's a number of things that I have to look into. Um, it makes me tired because the muscle relaxers, when I take them, make me very tired. I honestly don't want to move as much when my chronic pain is really at an all-time high. Um, my normal pain scale, like if I was to rate my pain on a scale from 0 to 10, my normal everyday pain scale sits somewhere between a 6 and a 7. And a lot of people would be like crying, not wanting to do anything. And I've kind of just learned to deal with it because I don't have any other choice. I do have things that I do to relieve some of the pain a little bit, like my rice bag that I'm able to warm up in the microwave, my muscle relaxers that help a little bit. I have tried CBD for my pain, um, Tylenol and things like that. Tylenol doesn't really work very well for me because it doesn't really even take the edge off of my pain, which is why I want to ask my PCP if he can suggest something else or prescribe something else, because otherwise I don't know what else I could have. Um, so it's been a very stressful time ever since then. They think that the growth on my spine, the bony growth on my spine, they feel like has been there since birth. So I don't know how they didn't catch it prior to recently, but they feel like it's been there since birth, and so it's something that I've been dealing with for years. However, the pain has just kind of crept up on me since the mid 2010s. And that's when I started working as a CNA. So I don't know if that type of work kind of pushed or aggravated that spot worse because of the movements that I'm making. But now, if I straighten my back all the way, my spine makes little clicking noises and it hurts so bad. So, it's something that I've gotten used to, but I feel like you shouldn't have to get used to pain. I feel like there should be options for dealing with your pain. And I had reached out previously to a different spinal surgeon or a neurosurgeon, and they basically told me that there was nothing they could do for me and to refer me to pain management without even seeing me. Okay. So, like, without even seeing me, without even a consultation or anything, They basically just told my PCP to send me to pain management, and that was all that could be done for me, which I think is ridiculous because at least give me some sort of consultation. Even if there's nothing that you can do after the consultation, tell me that after you've consulted me, after I feel like you've given me the time that I deserve to actually look over my case, review things, and, see how everything is, not just blanket, oh, there's nothing we can do for you, just go see pain management. Um, like I said, there's things that I do every day to try to minimize my pain. I use seat cushions, I use back cushions. Um, like I said, my rice bag, which sometimes doesn't help, or it'll help for a few minutes. And then once I'm done using it, once it starts cooling down, then it won't help anymore. I take hot, scalding hot showers to try to help my back pain. It's just, there's so much that I think people don't understand, or they think that someone with chronic pain is like being overly dramatic or whatever. But I wish that no one in the world ever had to deal with the level of pain that I deal with on a basically daily basis, because I would not wish this on my worst enemy. Like I said, I've been dealing with this since like 2010s, and obviously it's the 2020s now and we're halfway through. So I don't know. I wish that there was something more that I could do. And I really need to make an appointment with the neurosurgeon's office to see if there's anything that they can offer for me or that they can do for me. At least they are willing to do some sort of consultation with this other neurosurgeon. However, their office is 4 hours away from where I live. So they are willing to do a consultation. They just need my MRI results, and then they can see what it is they can do for me, if anything. So, you know, this chronic pain has limited my ability to do some of the exercises that I would like to do. Even just walking around, it hurts because my hip hurts. Um, because on the side where that pseudoarthrosis is, that hip hurts because I think the way that I walk kind of aggravates that bony growth there. I don't know if that's exactly why my hip hurts, but I also have bursitis. So, there's that issue as well. It's basically just, there's a lot going on, and I wish that I could find some way to take away my pain completely. But the only time where I don't have pain affecting me is when I'm sleeping. And even then, I can wake up in excruciating pain. Even just trying to roll over hurts. And just breathing and being a living human being hurts me. So that is just my chronic pain. I try, like I said, to move. Even with losing weight, I still have pain, which I was hoping that my pain would get better with losing weight. However, my pain is in different areas now since losing weight. So it's just one thing after another, and it's frustrating. So, anyways, that's all I have for today. If you guys have chronic pain, please let me know how you guys deal with it. Do you guys take meds? Do you do some sort of exercise? I would try to do yoga or Pilates. However, I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So that is not really recommended for someone with connective tissue disease or conditions. So I don't know. But I need to find something that I can do to help, even if it just relieves my pain a little bit, moves it from like a 7 to a 4 even. I would take that gladly. So anyways, that is all I have for today's video. If there are any topics you would like me to discuss on my channel in the future, let me know that. And if you guys have any comments, please leave those in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in tomorrow's video.